So chapter number 3, page number 45 of the book Matchless Gift by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. One may kill an animal to enjoy eating it, but he will be bound by such an action. Thus, in one's next life, he will become a cow or a goat, and the goat or cow will become a man and eat him. This is the Vedic statement, and as with all Vedic statements, one may believe it or not. Unfortunately, at present, people are educated in such a way that they do not believe in the next life. Indeed, it seems that the more educated one becomes, the less he believes in God, in God's law, in the next life, and in sinful and pious activities. Thus, modern education is simply preparing men to become animals. If there is no education to teach a human being what he is, and whether or not he is this body, he remains no better than an ass. An ass also thinks, I am this body, and as do other animals. Thus, if a man thinks in the same way, how is he different from any other animal? Srimad-Bhagavatam states, Yasyatma buddhi kunapetri dhatuke svadhi kalatra dishu bhauma ijyadhi yatirtha buddhi kshalilena karhichit janyeshvabhigyeshu sa eva gokara. For one who accepts the body which is made of 3 elements as his self, who has an affinity for intimate bodily relationships with his wife and children, who considers his land worshipable, and who accepts the water of holy place of pilgrimage, but does not take advantage of the knowledge of the saintly persons there, is to be considered to be an illusion, and no better than an ass or a cow. Srimad-Bhagavatam 10.84.13. According to Ayurveda, the material body is composed of 3 elements, kapha, pitta, and vata, mucus, bile, and air. Within the body, there is complex machinery which transforms food into liquid. There are so many complicated bodily processes going on, but what do we know about them? We say, this is my body, but what do we know about this body? Some people even claim, I am God, but they do not even know what is going on within their own bodies. The body is a bag of stool, urine, blood, and bones. If one believes that intelligence comes out of stool, urine, blood, and bones, he is a fool. Can we create intelligence by mixing stool, urine, bones, and blood? Nonetheless, people still think I am this body. Therefore, the scriptures say that whoever accepts this body as the self, and accepts this bodily relations of wife, children, and family as his own, is illusioned. The word kalatra means wife, and adi means beginning. Because a man feels alone, he accepts a wife, and immediately there are children, and then grandchildren. In this way there is expansion. Stri means that which expands. So kalatra dishu means expansions of the self, beginning from the wife. The word bhauma refers to the land of one's birth, which the ignorant considers worshipable. Ijyadhik, dih. People are willing to give up their lives for the land where they were born, but they do not know that land, body, wife, children, country, and society really have nothing to do with them. We are spirit, soul, aham brahmasmi. This is realization of knowledge, and when we come to this point of knowledge, we become happy. So when we come to this point of knowledge, we become happy. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. He who is transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman. He never laments nor desires anything. He is equally disposed to all the living entities, and in that state he achieves pure devotional service unto me. Bhagavad-gita 18.54. One immediately becomes jolly, prasannatma, when he comes to understand, I am spirit soul, I am Brahman, I am not this matter. The sign of this joy is that one no longer feels hankering and lamentation. Within this world, everyone is subject to lamentation. for that which is lost and hankering for that which will be gained. But real gain is to understand oneself and to know one's own identity. As long as we maintain the bodily conception of life, we have to abide by the laws of material nature, as well as the laws of the state and all other laws. Thus, this body is called conditional, because it is subject to different conditions. There are varieties of conditions, and regardless of the condition to which we are subjected, we are responsible. If we do not atone for sinful activities committed while in this body, we will have to suffer in the next body, because we will get another body according to karma. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyanti kalevaram. Bhagavad-gita 8.6. That is nature's law. Shukadeva Goswami therefore recommends that one undergo atonement according to the gravity of his sinful activities. One must follow the methods of atonement prescribed in the Shastras, otherwise there is no rescue. Parikshit Maharaj, who was very intelligent, said, "By atonement one can become free from sinful activity. But suppose a man has committed murder and then is killed. The sinful reaction of this murder is thus neutralized, but it is not guaranteed that in the next life he will not kill another man." Thus Maharaja Parikshit noted that after atoning, people commit the same sins again. If a man is diseased, the physician may give him medicine and cure him, but it doesn't guarantee that he will not be attacked again by the same disease. Venereal diseases are often contracted again and again, despite cures, and a thief may steal again and again, despite being repeatedly thrown into the jail. Why is this? Therefore, Parikshit Maharaj noted that although atonement may be good for counteracting sinful activities already committed, it doesn't prevent those sins from being committed again. Therefore, everyone can see that a man who commits murder is punished, but seeing this is not enough to deter one from killing. In every scripture and in every law book, man is warned not to kill, yet no one is concerned with these laws. What is the remedy for this? Drishta shruta bhyam yat papam. Srimad-Bhagavatam 6.1.9. By practical experience and by hearing from authorities, everyone knows what sinful activity is, and no one can say, "I do not know what sin is." What is the value of atonement if one commits the same sin again and again after atoning? Kvachin nivartate bhadrat kvachit charatitat punah prayashchitamato partham manye kunjara shauchavat. Srimad-Bhagavatam 6.1.910. Excuse me. When one is being punished, he thinks, "What a mistake I have made. I shall not commit this sin anymore." But as soon as he is out of danger, he starts committing the same sin. Habit is the second nature. It is very difficult to break. Svayadi kriyate raja tatkim nashnatyupanaham hitapadesha. One may seat a dog on a royal throne, but as soon as he sees a shoe, he will immediately jump down and run after it simply because he's a dog. The canine qualities are there, and they cannot be changed simply by putting the dog on a throne. Similarly, we have acquired material qualities by associating with the three modes of material nature: Sattvaguna, Rajaguna, and Tamaguna. And our habits are formed by association with these three qualities, which are the qualities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. If, however, we disassociate ourselves from the three modes of material nature, our real spiritual nature is invoked. That is the process of Krishna consciousness. If one is Krishna conscious, there is no chance of his associating with the three modes of material nature. And when one is conscious of Krishna, one's spiritual nature automatically invoked. It's automatically invoked. That is the secret. Those who seriously follow the process of Krishna consciousness, though previously habituated to many undesirable things, are able to stay on a platform where there is no material contamination, simply by virtue of practicing Krishna consciousness. Thus, Krishna consciousness is an excellent medicine. Unless one comes to awareness of Krishna, the habits he forms in association with the three modes of material nature will continue, and he will not be able to change them. So in the context that we just read about, sinful activities being committed over and over again, like right now here, this is the conclusion of the chapter, we can understand that unless we are conscious of God, unless we are conscious of Krishna, we cannot change that nature. We cannot change the fact that we are committing sinful activities, big or small, over and over and over again. This is a really, really important point to understand. Otherwise, we may think that, oh, I'm so disgusting, oh, I'm so useless, like I can't even change myself, right? Not even gross sinful activities, but just minor human flaws can also be counted here, right? Because especially for perfectionists who sometimes go into the self-rebuking moods, this is really a fact that unless we are awakening our spiritual nature by Krishna consciousness, we cannot change. Okay, sorry for that. Just really, I wanted to also to remember this myself, because this is just something that can put somebody off the spiritual track, thinking that I first need to change myself and then try to approach God. No, you approach the Lord, you approach Krishna, and then... Oh, yeah, I love this book. Okay, if one actually wants freedom from the repetition of birth and death, he must come to Krishna consciousness. In Bhagavad-gita, Lord Krishna says, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Bhagavad-gita 14.26. The Krishna consciousness process does not recommend this atonement or that atonement. One can go on experimenting by atoning, but the diseases of the soul will remain unless one comes to the platform of rendering devotional service in love and purifying his life. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Haribol. So, we will continue in the next episode with chapter 4, entitled Learning Tapasya, Self-Control.